Hello, this is Brian. Today is Monday, March 27th, 2023, and I'm back at Rancho Mission Canyon. So why am I back at Rancho Mission Canyon? Well, because, unbeknownst to me at the time, there was another portion of this canyon. There's another portion of this canyon to explore. So I basically explored the central, southeastern, and southwestern parts of the canyon. But I have not, at the time, didn't realize there was a northeastern extension. So what I'm going to do is try to find that trail and work my way over there. Because I really want to check it out. So, last time I was parked at the base down there on Marjoram Road. Today, I'm parked on Larchwood, closer to this part, right here. What I'm going to do is try to find the trail that goes this way. So, I was going to try to do a double dip this week. Do a hike after work, and then do another hike tomorrow on Tuesday. I might hold off on that double dipping until next week, weather permitting, of course, because I'm going to have some stuff going on Thursday that's going to require me to be out of the house until after 6 p.m. and which means I'm going to be starting off my next work week pretty busy. All right, so it's very muddy over here. It was not muddy like this the first time I was here. So what I need to do is find where the trail leading up this way is. That's my first task. Finding that trail leading up. Very muddy over here. Last week we got a lot of rain. A lot of rain. Got a good couple to a few inches of rain actually. Now I need to find the trail that goes off. Let me see. There's a trail that goes off to another portion of this canyon. So I need to find it. Not sure where it is from here, but I've seen it on Google Earth. So this is looking north. It's going to be a stretch of canyon that goes to the northeast. See, that's the stretch of the canyon. One of the stretches of canyon I visited the first time. That's towards the southeastern part of the canyon. I don't know where that trail is. I've seen it on Google Earth. I'll have to kind of look around and see if I can find it. There's an actual trail. I found the trail when I gained this portion of the canyon. I'm just not seeing it yet. Hope I can find it. I'll just have to look around. But let's see. I'm gonna try to look around for a few minutes and see if I can find it. I think I'm maybe around here somewhere. Let me take a look around and see if I can find it real quick, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm wandering around, still trying to see if this is gonna lead me where I wanted to go. Wow, look at this beautiful lemonade sumac. Oh, wow. It's another one of those big, luscious ones. Quite a few of these big ones here in Rancho Mission Canyon. So let's see. There's a kiosk over there. A little information kiosk. And more running water all over the place. So what's going on over here? Well, this isn't a trail. I see this canyon kind of just closes off. Very wet over here. Look at this. There's just so much water here. It's amazing how much water there is here. Yeah, see, this is just a little amphitheater right here. This is not a, whatchamacallit. See, I've been, the first day I was here, I did, I've done this here, and then crossed the street from the park and gone over here. What I'm trying to do is trying to find this portion here, which I didn't do last time. That's the one I want to find right now. I'm trying to find that one so I can explore the northeastern portion of the canyon. So this is where I'm parked up here. This is where I'm parked. And this is where I am. That's the park, the little park. So this is the portion of the canyon I want to explore. So let's see. That's looking south. So what I have to do is I gotta go east. I gotta turn east. So I gotta turn east. Let's see here. So that's north. So that would be east. That would be east right there. So I gotta go with east. So I think what I need to do so this is east. Well, no, this is more south. I'm kind of confused. All right, just look at it one more time. Bear with me. I know it's kind of boring, me walking back and forth. So yeah, if this is south, that's east. So I'm wondering if I have to go up near the houses or something. I don't know. I kind of need to head north, but I need to go east. So I kind of need to go this way. Well, let me see. So I thought I saw another trail. So let's see. Bear with me. It's been a long day at work. I'm tired. I'm tired, but I want to get out and do something. Like I said, I got some busy stuff coming up at home. So I'm going to try to rest up. I might end up going out after work on Thursday. Maybe shooting some videos. Because I can't go home because there's some work being done at the house. And I'm not going to be able to be there until 6 p.m. So there's a chance I might actually be going out for a couple hours after work. So all right, let's see if this is what it is right here. I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know. This seems to be leading me back down. I think this is going to lead me back to the way I came up the first time. Yeah, I think so. This leads over towards where that Sakati cypress tree was. And yeah, this is going to be the wrong way. So I'm kind of heading east right now. Let's see. I will get back to you momentarily when I see what's going on. Alright, so I'm back to where I was. That was leading back the way I came up before I hit Larchwood. So it's not the way I wanted to go. So I think what I need to do, I think there might be a trail. Must be a trail near the houses or something. Because otherwise I don't see how this works. I've seen the trail on Google Earth. And it's clear as day too. So yes, coming back over here, I'll go back to Larchwood and see if I can join a trail up by there. Because otherwise I don't see that trail at all. So here I go again. Right back over this. So I guess what I gotta do is connect over here, and then I think it's around the other side. Hope it is. I think it is. I'll see. See how this works out for me, because I'm kind of starting to get a little confused. A little confused. Okay. Because I remember coming over here, and I ended up over here after the last hike. Yeah, this leads right to the street. I think I'm supposed to pick a trail that goes around here somewhere. Let me see if that's the case. Let me see. It looks like there's a trail up there, maybe. Just gotta scramble up that. So yeah, this is the way I see where I'm parked right here, and this is Larchwood. Hoping this is the trail. Let's see. Let's see. Hope this is it. Still not sure. Let's see. Supposed to be another part of this canyon. It's getting muddy over here too. I don't know. I don't think I see a trail over here. I don't know. Could have sworn there was another trail in this canyon. Thought there was. Yeah. This isn't a trail at all. Okay, well, I don't know where this is going. This doesn't look like a trail at all. It's kind of disappointing. So I can't figure it out for some reason. I guess I'm not going over there. I don't know. Oh, there's some blue-eyed grass right here. This is Bellum. There's a lot of it over here, actually. There's a bunch of it growing here. It's all blue-eyed grass right there. Yeah, I thought there was a trail. Supposed to be a trail up here that led into another part of this canyon. I don't know. This could be the end of my adventure already. It's kind of disappointing. I guess I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. I don't know. I mean, there's no trail going over here. Well, so much for that. I'll look around for a couple more minutes, but if I don't see a trail, then I guess this is going to be it for this adventure already. See you on the next clip. Let's see what happens. I didn't turn up anything either. Kind of getting close to giving up on trying to find it here. All this climbing around, it's not getting me anywhere. I think I might just have to cut my losses today. I'm actually getting tempted just to get tired of trying to poke around, find trails and stuff. And I can't find any trails. Really disappointed. I could have sworn there was a trail and went over that way. Could have sworn I saw imagery on Google Earth. But there's just nothing there. There's no trail. And it's not, this isn't the right canyon either. So, I don't know. I think I'm just going to give up on it today. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Well, I'm guessing that's going to end this video. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Though it wasn't really exciting. Alright. Here's another possibility before I completely shut it out. There's a trail going up this way. I can't believe I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it the first time I was here either. This might be the trail. So right at the kiosk, if you're trying to explore the northeastern part of the canyon, just right here. Yeah. So I'm parked right here. So I'm gonna try to take this and see if this leads me anywhere. Can't promise anything, but I think this might be it. So Larchwood's over there. The kiosk is over here. So this leads to Larchwood. This leads back down to the bottom of Rancho Mission Canyon, to the main trail on the bottom. So let's see if this is the way I'm supposed to go. I was getting a little frustrated, to be honest with you. I was kind of looking forward to exploring some more of this really cool canyon. So let's see if this is indeed it. I can't believe I missed this. 4 times I walked back and forth by it. So this has to be it. This will probably go above. So I'll show you where I was walking around earlier. This has got to be it. Ooh, Coast Choya. Got a little Coast Choya action over here. Ooh, okay. I pretty rarely get frustrated while I'm hiking. I actually got frustrated, thinking, how am I missing this? tell you one thing right now. It's pretty warm outside today. Very warm today. Yeah, pretty sure this is it. Okay, so we're off and running, it looks like. So I tried going up. I'll kind of show you which way I was coming up earlier. I was pretty close. If I would have gone up a little further, probably would have seen the trail. So I was down below the shrub line here, just down below it. And I saw this shelf, this flat space. Yeah, I was coming up right there. I was walking along a little drainage gutter right above the houses. And I saw this flat shelf, thinking, okay, there's gonna be a trail. When I got up there, I couldn't see this far with all the tall grasses and plants hid it from view. So, I mean, if I would have just persisted a little bit, I would have been here. But my persistence still paid off because I found the trail, so I didn't have to keep bushwhacking. I'm really not supposed to go off trail, but I was trying to find the trail. So let's see. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the trail where I wanted to go. So persistence definitely paid off. So we're heading north, eventually banking off northeast, higher up to this cool little canyon. All right, catch you on the next clip. Get some new batteries. All right, so I have to go swap out the batteries. All right, you see that hill right there? That's Hill 781, and that's over by the Claremont Mesa parking area is just over that way a little bit. So that's Hill 781. I did that 2 weeks ago. Did that from Alanis Canyon, which is over on the other side of that hill there, that ridge, I believe. Should be Alanis Canyon. So that's pretty cool. Got a good view of Hill 781. I told you, underneath Hill 781, there's a big quarry. If you look there, you can see where there's been a lot of quarry work done, digging out the rocks from the hillside there. So that's the rock quarry I was talking about. So that was my hike from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago on the 13th. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's Hill 781, and that's part of Mission Trails Regional Park. That was a pretty fun hike, not gonna lie. And right on top of that hill is a beautiful vernal pool up there too. Beautiful vernal pool. Ooh. Of course, I point this one out a lot. It's pretty common around here, good old bladder pod. This is the regular variety too. So this is Paratoma arborea, variety arborea. It's supposed to be 3 varieties, I believe. And not all botanists recognize varieties of it, but I think if I remember correctly, Calflora recognizes the regular one with the medium shape fruits as the regular one, Paratoma arborea, variety arborea. The really narrow pods is variety angustata, and the really rounded ones is variety globosa. So, yeah. So this area is definitely a little more ruderal vegetation. In other words, lots of non-natives have taken over after the constant disturbance of this area. So there's not quite as much native vegetation here. With a beautiful example of a toyon, really massive toyon right here. It's not a really tall one, but it's definitely very bushy. There's a lot going on in this one. And of course, a neotoma nest. Neotoma meaning wood rat. There's a wood rat nest in there. Our toyons get new, fresh spring leaves on them. Oh, this toyon right here, this is another toyon. Actually, there are a couple different ones in here. This one, a little taller and more rounded. So, I looked at the Google Earth imagery of this area. And once we get to the other side of the canyon, it's going to be, I think we're going to be on a slope above houses. So the park doesn't take up both sides of the canyon. It only takes up one side, it looks like, for a portion of this. Let's see. Oh, no more toyons over here. Okay, I like that. Keep them coming. Look at this beauty. Nice looking toyon right here. There's a lemonade sumac in here too. And some more toyon action. There's a coyote. Canis latrans clepticus. That's our subspecies. Canis latrans is widespread here in North America, but ours is supposed to be related to the more southern race of it towards the Sierra de San Pedro Martir. Hopefully that got on camera. That was a little coyote. Hoping it would have stood still for a minute more. Might have caught the end of the image maybe, hopefully. Pretty healthy looking one. All right. So yeah, our subspecies I think is from Central or Southern California down to Baja. And it's the subspecies is Clepticus, Canis latrans clepticus. The Sierra de San Pedro Martir subspecies of coyote. Beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful coyote. Very handsome looking coyote. Now the Latin name for coyote, the generic binomial name, Canis latrans, literally means barking dog in Latin. Literally means barking dog. Because they let out both yips, wails, and barks, I believe. Ooh, nice lemonade sumacs here, too. Oh, there's Mission Gorge Road. You see Mission Gorge Road right there. This is pretty cool. I like this. So again, we're going to be on the hillside above a neighborhood. Ooh, and the views of Mission Trails, absolutely stupendous from over here. Again, it's Hill 781, the peak I climbed 2 weeks ago from all the way down from Tierra Sana's Atlantis Canyon. I came all the way from. I could have parked right at Claremont Mesa Trailhead and did the short version, but wanted to challenge myself and check out a canyon in the meanwhile. So, all right, got some good views here. Looking down towards the neighborhood. Great views here. Look at Hill 781, North Fortuna, South Fortuna, Mission Gorge, Iron Mountain way in the background there. I can see Iron Mountain and left of it North Iron Mountain. Then Quaipai, Piles Peak, Peak 1380, and of course the high point of the city of San Diego and Mission Trails, Coles Mountain. There's a blue-eyed grass that hasn't flowered yet. There's a lot of mud. We got more rain coming possibly tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night into Monday. Ooh, here's a type of hedge nettle. I think this is Stachys rigida, variety rigida, I'm not sure. This is a type of hedge nettle. It's in the mint family, the Lamiaceae. I think that's what this is. It's in the mint family, like I said. But I rub the leaves and they don't really have a minty smell. They kind of have a bitter smell, actually. They're kind of fuzzy and hairy. That might be Stachys rigida, variety rigida. Probably growing here because a lot of the moisture that seems to be bubbling in this area. But I don't know if it's like this every time, basically, when I come here. Alright, let's get through some mud. It's always something cool to find in this canyon, I swear. There's a lot of blue-eyed grass here, too. There's a lot of it blooming right now. Alright. So, man, it's beautiful and lush up here. Oh, boy, there's a lot of mud here. Oh, boy, I'm just going to have to walk carefully, I guess. It's very sludgy and muddy. This soil's not used to taking this much water in it, I guess. I don't know if we're breaking records this year, but God, there's a lot of water here. Oh, boy. Okay. So now we're kind of winding around more on a north-facing slope. So that's the other side of the canyon right there, but let's see. I think the trail is going to go around it, I believe. I think there's a way to get around to that side too, which is what I'm hoping to do. So yeah, this canyon doesn't seem to have really any chaparral going on here. More coastal sage scrub here. It's very beautiful. Extremely beautiful, actually. Yeah, blue-eyed grass is really taking over. There's so much of it here. Every time I turn around, there's more of this beautiful plant. Really proud to see it, too. So yeah, beautiful views up here. So I want to see. I think there's a way to get to two discontinuous portions of this one street called Hemingway Street. So there are two portions of Hemingway that are broken off by a dirt road in between them, which is on the northeastern rim of the canyon. Let's see if I can make it to there and see how that works out for me. Yeah, this is really cool. I can see a lot of lupine on the hillside. I see lots of lupine. Yeah, it's definitely spring-like now. Even though this is the warmest day we've had since the spring equinox. It's definitely in the 70s. Here, I'd say it's probably in the low 70s. At most, maybe 72, 73 maybe. Maybe not even that. Oh boy, there's a lot of mud on this trail. Yikes. There's a lot of mud here. Yikes. That's been the theme of the last few hikes I've taken. Lots of mud. Yeah, a lot of more beautiful toyons here. And another wood rat nest inside. It's pretty up here. These people got some nice canyon behind their houses. A lot of people in San Diego live above the canyon. These people here live in the canyon, and we're hiking above them. So yeah, my advice is if you take the trails right now, expect them to be very muddy. Oh, and just meaning just be a little extra cautious. You'll probably have muddy shoes by the end of your day, but it's totally worth it to be here. These people get to live with a canyon behind them. I'm low-key jealous. Ooh! Hummingbird. Probably an Anna's hummingbird. That's the one I typically see when I'm hiking. Let's see. I'm thinking what this is going to do is going to wind. Ooh, boy. Get caught by surprise by that mud patch. That mud patch was a little interesting. What I was going to say is, I'm wondering, I'm thinking this trail is going to wind around and curve around there. I think Hemingway is up there somewhere. So we'll see. I'll catch you up the way. Take a picture or two and keep on trucking. Alright, so here's a little stumper for me. Some little young trees, little tree sapling here. Buds are just starting to open up. Again, today's March 27th. I'm at a loss for what this is. I have no idea what this is. Probably some young tree sapling. Very interesting. When it leaves out, maybe I'll come back and check it out. Some little deciduous tree. Or shrub. Oh, kind of stumped at that one. But yeah, we're on a pretty luscious area of sage scrub. Yeah, the monkey flowers are really going out of control too. And I keep hearing the comet zzz, like synthesizer, like buzz of the hummingbirds. That's all I can hear too. Yeah, last couple hikes, the hummingbirds have been going absolutely insane. Ooh, a scrub oak. There's a scrub oak over there. Oh, we got scrub oaks here. I didn't know we had scrub oaks in Rancho Mission Canyon. They're more of a chaparral species, but they do come out in coastal sage scrub occasionally. I wonder what kind that is. Can't really see it from here too well. Oh, we do have a few scrub oaks here. Always love seeing those. You know me. Looks like it shed its old leaves and the new leaves are out. Can't quite tell. I'm assuming it's probably Quercus acutidens, but I think Quercus dumosa might be here too in this general vicinity. But there's a lot of... Oh boy, this is going to be really squishy right here. Pretty cool. I like this spot. Yeah, we're on a north-facing slope, so things are a little more mesic over here. Yeah, this canyon definitely holds out surprises in each portion of it. So, very happy to be here. I was a little frustrated earlier when I was trying to find my way to this trail, but boy, am I glad I persisted. I know I would have found it eventually, but I was very tired after my week of work. But I mean, today wasn't a bad day. I'm just kind of tired. Oh gosh, here we go. This is where it's going to get really slushy. This whole trail is muddy now. So it looks like what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to this gully, and then we're going to climb and go around that ridge there, or that portion of the mesa. That is absolutely gorgeous over here. This is beautiful. It's nicely wooded over here. Technically, this is coastal sage scrub, not chaparral. Technically. If you really want to get technical about it. We've got some very large sumacs and toyons, so this is what we call the toyon sumac scrub. Alright. Well, I'm gonna... Oh, look at this. We got a palm oasis here too. We've got lots of Washingtonia robusta. Beautiful Mexican fan palms. So I'm gonna have to be kind of careful going down this. It's gonna be very slippery. Oh yeah, I'm glad I made it over here. I figured I would eventually, but it's kind of a nice treat to end a long day at work. Oh, ooh, and I think the surprise is, oh, are you serious? OMG! Look at this! This is a massive scrub oak! Oh! Holy snap! This is a big one! This is a monster scrub oak! Look at this! Watching out, because there's poison oak. It's the first time I've seen poison oak here. That's a massive scrub oak. This has got to be Quercus. This looks like Quercus acutidens. Leaves look way too large for Quercus dumosa. Oh, this is a massive scrub oak. I was thinking that one was too, but that's a Brazilian pepper tree. Pretty large toyon in here. Look at this. This is massive. Oh, wow, what a beauty. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is insane. This is a humongous scrub oak. I don't think it's quite as large as the other ones. There are a couple other large ones I've seen here. No, let's talk about the ones in Navajo Canyon. I think were humongous too, but I think they're a little bit bigger than this. But just look how gorgeous this is. And it's blooming. These are the male flowers right here. Those are what will pollinate the little female flowers, which are a lot harder to see. And that'll, once they pollinate the little female flowers, they'll turn into the acorns. Yeah, see? And these look like the female flowers, and these dangling things, these are called catkins. Drooping inflorescence is called catkins. Wow. How cool is that? Oh, I love exploring these canyons. There's just no shortage of awesomeness everywhere you turn. Okay. There's a little footbridge here too. Ooh, a young toyon. Look at that. And a young scrub oak next to it. Here's a pretty big laurel sumac too. It's a beautiful little Malose mallorean. Little. It's a pretty big one actually. And Gooding's black willow, already leafing out. Salix Goodingy, so there's enough moisture here to support a willow tree. That's pretty cool. Mule fat. And some beautiful Mexican fan palms. I don't care if these are not native. They are so cool looking. Kind of makes you feel like you're in the Anza-Borrego. Wow. So I'm gonna have to do some photography. I'll see you on the next clip. I'll see where else I am. Jeez, this is insane. I love this. Something's trying to tell me. Something's trying to tell me that this is fate. I swear, every time I turn around, there's something telling me, hey, you made the right decision coming here. Look at this humongous toyon. Oh, this is a biggin. Look at this toyon. Are you serious? Look at this. This is a massive toyon. I've seen them a little bit bigger than this, slightly taller than this. Powder Canyon in Rolling Heights in the San Gabriel Valley, Los Angeles County, has a humongous toyon on a use trail. But this one is humongous too. Maybe a little bit smaller. But look at the base of that toyon. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Is it? I don't know, but I'm thinking this might be this could be my favorite canyon. This could be my favorite canyon. Because every single corner, every single side trail in this canyon has yielded incredible botanic diversity, incredible botanic beauty, and now we got monkey flowers that are starting to grade into orange. So, yeah, these ones got more of an orange flower. That's a big toyon. Oh, wow. This is so awesome. Oh, we got a nice wooded stretch here. Oh, look at the shade. We're in the shade of lemonade berries or lemonade sumacs. Are you serious, bro? Are you actually serious? Here's another massive toyon right here. This thing is huge. Look at this. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? I'm gonna pinch myself. I'm pinching myself right now. Pinching my skin. Okay, so I pinched myself. I'm still looking at it. So I'm not dreaming. I'm not dreaming that I'm looking at this absolute gargantuan toyon. This one's got probably got like 20 different trunks on it. Oh, wow. This is absolute insanity. There's some big toyons over here. Absolutely beautiful. This is almost like a forest. Never mind coastal sage scrub anymore. I'm considering more of this being like a woodland because of the stature of these large shrubs. And here's another beautiful, beautiful scrub oak right here. This one I'm not 100% sure. This one kind of looks intermediate between Dumosa and Acutidens. This one's got smaller leaves. This could have hybrid DNA in it, maybe. Acutidens, I'm assuming Acutidens and Dumosa could potentially hybridize. But this is like a little, this is an example of toyon sumac shrubland. Some people call toyon sumac chaparral. Some might call it just toyon sumac scrub. But these toyons and these lemonade sumacs, lemonade berries, are so large. You feel like you're actually low key. You feel like you're in a forest, or at least a very dense woodland. Here's another gorgeous scrub oak right here too. I still feel like I have to pinch myself. It's very, very lush in here. I am absolutely in love with this portion of the canyon. You know, I wonder if this is starting to look like this might be my favorite portion of it. And what we got growing here? Oh, a western scrub jay. Right there. That was a Phylocoma californica, western scrub jay. Being that it's a jay, it's related to the corvids. So what kind of tree is this? I'm trying to figure out what kind of tree this is. I'm gonna have my suspicions that this is a dead Brazilian pepper tree. It's not a dormant, it's not a winter deciduous tree. Yeah, it looks like a Brazilian pepper tree that died out for some reason. Yeah, probably is because I see another Brazilian pepper tree over here. Goodness gracious. What an incredible spot. This trail is absolutely insanely beautiful. Wow, literally got goosebumps talking to you right now. Perry's Phacelia, Cryptantha, California 4 o'clock, school bells, of course San Diego bush sunflower, deer broom. Yeah, this is definitely. Oh, even a Schultzia californica, our state flower, the California poppy, and coast barrel cactus and more fishhook cactus. So there's more fishhook cactus here than I thought. There's some nice specimens of coast barrel cactus here too. Now we're on a sunny south-facing slope. Wow. Oh, man. I'm kind of in disbelief at how awesome this is. I shouldn't be because I always come to these spots and I'm always really ecstatic about it. And I always find the coolest plants and sometimes I get some really good wildlife. But I shouldn't be surprised, but I always have a pleasant surprise when I come. That's why I'm glad I came here. I'm glad I'm exploring this portion of the canyon because this is absolutely breathtaking. When I say breathtaking, I am not mincing my words. It is absolutely insanely beautiful here. All right. I'm gonna keep on going, shoot a picture or two, maybe a couple photos, and see what's around the next bend. I don't think it's over yet. All right. Yeah, it's just so awesome. Pretty soon I have to get some water though. I'm getting thirsty. We're getting ready for another woodsy spot here with some very luscious lemonade, sumac, and toyon. Another decent sized toyon right here. That is a pretty luscious one. Very nice. Another wood rat nest too. What a surprise. Okay. So I think that's the lower portion of Hemingway. And then there's like a wide track that goes uphill, and over there I think is the upper cul-de-sac of Hemingway. So Hemingway is kind of broken apart by a dirt track. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way over to it. All right. So I'm just wondering what other cool stuff is going to happen to me. But this is really cool. Looks like there's going to be a lot of Coast Cholla when I round that bend over there. So that'll be pretty cool to see. All right. Oh boy. It's like a big lake of water over here. Oh boy, this is actually, that looks like several inches deep. Oh boy. Let's see how I can get around that. Actually, I think there's a little bypass over here. That might not be as bad. Let me go around and see. There's a little bypass right here. Guys gonna have wet feet. Yeah, this helps. This helps get around the worst of it. Yeah, a good few inches deep over here. Oh boy. Wow. Another beautiful section of lemonade sumac. Very muddy over here. Good boy. We'll say the mud does get annoying after a while, but it's worth it. Warning, dangerous area. Got another little bypass over here. So I'm wondering if this is a constant thing getting muddy over here. Guys, already all the way over there. Nice view of Kwai Pai right over there. Well, let's see what I find around the corner. Keep you posted. All right, so I'm getting ready to make my way around and follow the trail up towards the lower portion of Hemingway Street. There's a sugar sumac here. A second one here too, a little one. Yeah, Rus ovata. Sugar sumac or sugar bush. That's pretty cool. You don't usually see them too often this close to the coast. I've seen them. I've seen one in San Clemente Canyon between Regents and Interstate 5. There's a pretty decent one there, but you don't see these very often. Yeah, this is Rus ovata. Sugar sumac or sugar bush. There's a smaller struggling one here. And that is the closest related plant to lemonade sumac or lemonade berry. So these are close relatives. Rus integrifolia, Rus ovata. And they can hybridize, and they do. And I've seen the evidence of them hybridizing on a few occasions. So that's pretty cool. Oh, there's more sugar bush or sugar sumac. I wonder if these were planted here. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. So I wonder if any of them are going to hybridize. I see more up ahead too, it looks like, but I think it's off the trail. It's not along the trail though, it's up this gully a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, right over there's another Rus ovata. Okay, so I tell you, every time I turn around, the level of interest and the level of awesome always goes up. I love sugar sumacs, and one day I want to take the PCT near Eagle Rock in Warner Springs. There's supposed to be a monster sugar sumac there, Rus ovata. That I've read. It's supposed to be more of a tree-sized plant than a shrub, like it usually is. So it might be larger than this lemonade sumac here. Wow, how cool is that? So, I'm not sure how far into the trail it is. I assume it's not too far into it when you start hiking towards Eagle Rock. And that's over in the Warner Springs area. So, one of these days I'm going to have to hike that and see if I can find it. I'd love to find it. Love to find that sugar sumac. I'll probably be in the sugar sumac video. Now look at these big patches of lemonade sumac. Very large patch right here. Very tall ones too. So, yeah, whoa. What an awesome canyon. I really really loved every stretch of this canyon. Every single stretch of it's been awesome. Look at how tall this one is too. Woo. That's a big one. And of course, sugar sumac and lemonade sumac. Not as closely, but it is fairly closely related to this guy, the laurel sumac. Used to be known as Rus laurina, but now it's been moved into the genus Malosma. So it's Malosma laurina, which is fairly closely related to lemonade and sugar sumacs. All right. So I'm reading memory card number 2. A lot to see, a lot to see equals a lot for me to say. So that's why I'm just rolling with it right now. Absolutely breathtaking up here. Just about to come out on Jamestown Street. I think this is the lower half. So I'm going to do is I'm going to turn right and hike up the dirt road to connect the other portion of Jamestown and see what's up there. Pretty neat. Not Jamestown. I was thinking of not Jamestown. Hemingway. Oh, it's not dirt, it's paved. I assumed it was a dirt road. I'm gonna take a hike up this real quick. Up there, I'll take a break. Hopefully find a place to sit for a few. Crack open. A nice cold water. It's a little steep. Just about to reach the top here. Whew. Kind of steep. Let's see if I can find a place to sit down for a few minutes. Ooh-wee. So, here's the other part of Hemingway. Look at that tree right there. Kaffir coral tree. Erythrina caffra. Blooming. Okay. It's gonna be time for me to take a sip of water. I'm thirsty as heck right now. Alright. Pretty cool. Really neat. All right. I'm gonna go try to find a place to sit down for a few minutes and then start heading back. Whew. That was a really short but pretty steep 100-foot climb. It's about a 100-foot climb. All right. Yeah, so that's Kaffir Boom coral tree, Erythrina kaffra. It's in the pea family Fabaceae, and in the late winter and spring, it gets these beautiful red flowers. It's just starting to get its first set of new leaves too right now. So that's Erythrina kaffra. A lot of times they'll shed their leaves in the winter, so it might be leafless for a short period from winter to early spring. But let me go see if I can find a spot to soak up some liquids. It's getting very warm. Alright. Alright. Catch you on the next clip. Alright, so now that I'm starting to descend a little bit, now I can focus more on just cruising down, enjoying these views. Yeah, there's good old Powell's Peak right there, Quai Pai. There's Mission Gorge Road cut between Piles and Quai Pai, and there's Mission Gorge down there. Pretty nice views. There's the Mission Trails Visitor Center right there, too. So people who live around here are lucky. I gotta say, they can enjoy these views of Coles Mountain, Mission Trails. I mean, the views here are absolutely spectacular. So whoever lives on Hemingway, I don't know if I said Jamestown yet, but whoever lives on Hemingway, so that's Upper Hemingway, and that's Lower Hemingway. Whoever lives on these streets, really spectacular views, absolutely spectacular up here. And there's Hill 781 right there. Wow, you get some great views in the Mission Trails. Oh yeah, look at that. And the Fortunas. North on the left, south on the right. Absolutely breathtaking. Oh man. Lots of little lizards. This is pretty steep. This is a pretty steep little section here. I was going up and I was huffing and puffing. I think it's about 100 feet elevation change, but it's a pretty short distance, I guess. That's pretty steep. But yeah. So we got Mission Gorge Road, Mission Trails Visitor Center. So I'm thinking next week, once I get past all the craziness, all the stuff I have going on this week, I'm thinking next week I don't know, I say this a lot, and then I always end up following through on the plans, but I want to do my first ever spring visit to Palomar Mountain. Hopefully next week be my first spring visit to Palomar. Been up there only in the fall and winter months, between October and February. The only times I've ever been to Palomar were in the fall and winter months. So, hoping I can try something a little different and visit during the springtime and see what Palomar is like in the spring. Of course, it depends on the weather. If the weather is going to cooperate, we'll see. But time will tell. Okay, so here's the lower Hemingway Street. And now it's time to head back on the trail and head back into the canyon. Wow, what a spectacular canyon. Every single finger and nook in this canyon has something fantastic about it. There's just no way around that. Very, very beautiful canyon. So, really appreciate the fact that San Diego and surrounding areas have such interesting topography. You got these beautiful mesas, and then you got these small to medium-sized canyons cut right into them. Part of the topography of the area. And that's what I love about this area. This area over towards Claremont, and then there's some other spots that I haven't been to yet. But the topography is amazing here in the San Diego area. I love these mesa and canyon spots. I've never been to another place that was quite like this, where you got these flat top mesas. So from some angles, it looks like parts of San Diego are really flat. But then you look from the map, you see how the streets are all. You think if it's flat, why are we not in a north-south grid? There's a reason why we're not in a north-south street grid, north-south, east, and west grid, I should say. It's because these little canyons cut through the mesas. So that's why we have what we have, and why it's so interesting. You can be in a suburb, you can be in a suburban neighborhood like up here on the rim of the canyon, and then take a small trail down one of these little ravines, and you're in another world, just mere feet away from some pretty decent suburban sprawl. So that's one thing that I really like about San Diego. When I was a kid, I loved coming to the canyons. I spent most of my time in San Clemente Canyon, but now I'm exploring these other ones. They're all awesome. Every single one of these canyons is amazing. So if you like hiking, if you live in the San Diego area, of course I live over the hill, over the hill from Mission Trails in Santee next over. So I'm pretty close. So if you live in the area and you don't want to drive far, you can't do any better. You can't really do any better than this. Or Mission Trails, of course. All right. So I'm gonna go start making my way around, and I'll see you at the next round of interesting finds. Okay, so working my way back again. That's the lower Hemingway, and that's the upper Hemingway over there. So I'm finding more of this hedge nettle plant, and judging by the fact it's growing in wetter condition, this has got to be Stachys rigida, variety rigida. This has to be. See, this one's already done, basically done with its flowers, I think. Going into seed right now. But it's an herbaceous perennial in the mint family, the Lamiaceae. here it is blooming right now. This one's still got blooming on it. It's little staged heads of little white flowers. So being that it's in the mint family, it's related to the sages that grow here too. The black sage, white sage. I don't know if mun sage is here, but definitely a lot of black sage here. Black sage is really abundant in this canyon. So, Stachys rigida vereti rigida, the hedge nettle. So, keep working my way up this, and we'll see what else I find on the way back. Alright, so I'm heading back through the really lush portion here with the big toyons, the scrub oaks. So nice, cool, and shady over here. I can't get over this. This spot right here, it's just incredible. It feels like I'm in a little miniature forest. I love being in the forest. I also love being in these shrublands too. Look how beautiful it is here. Well, like I said, I'm heading on my way back, but I just need to get some more footage of this area. Video is not going to do justice to absolutely how insanely beautiful this area is. It is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful here. Wow, this monkey flower seems to have a little bit of pink or purple in it. That's interesting. So it's got a little bit of a purplish color, or pink actually. That's the typical red, the Punaceus. Diplogus punaceus, but these ones are pink. These flowers have pink on them. Never seen monkey flower with pink. At least not the shrub monkey flowers. These are the woody-based shrub monkey flowers. Here's our big toyon buddy again. And you can tell that this toyon gets busy because toyons. These are toyon seedlings. Right here.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Have a good one.
You too. Yeah, this one gets busy. There are a lot of toyon seedlings and saplings here. Toyons do not require fire to germinate. A lot of chaparral and sage scrub plants. A lot of them need fire to germinate. Not toyon. Toyons, scrub oaks, they don't need fire to germinate. So they'll germinate on their own. The toyons here, I gotta say, are very luscious. Absolutely beautiful toyons. And we've got this beautiful Washingtonia robustas here in this canyon. They're about ready to dip down into the palm oasis again. This is absolutely insane. There's a lot of people out today, probably enjoying it before it rains again. You're welcome. Wow. Ooh, it's about to get muddy. So luscious here. These fan palms are so beautiful too. I never made it out to the desert this year. Never made it out to the desert to do any, especially to do a spotlight video on California fan palm. But these Mexican fan palms definitely look really cool. Love these little trickles. These little trickles are so cool. We got a pretty decent sized black willow here too. Again, Salig's getting a pretty nice sized one. It's probably about 50 feet tall. But these Washingtonias are just breathtaking. And these are originally introduced as ornamental street palms, lining the streets of LA and San Diego. They found their niche down here. You could say they take a lot of resources away from other native plants. But here's the caveat I'm looking at here. Yes, they may be taking up space from other plants, and they're very thirsty plants. They suck up a lot of water. But look at how many native plants are growing along here and doing so well, in addition to these palms. Beautiful. You got this big willow tree that's almost as tall as the palm. It's a pretty tall willow. Actually, it might be more like 60 feet tall. It's a pretty decent sized willow. But yeah, we got these huge toyons growing next to them, doing just fine. Okay, well, I'm gonna shoot a picture or two of this little spot, and then I'm going to keep on marching on. So as I was saying before I stopped to take a couple pictures of the little drainage here and the palms, I said these are definitely not natives, and they may take up space from native plants to grow, but these do provide some habitat. Those big palm thatches, these petticoats, will produce homes for mice, rats, native mammals, and bats. So, and the birds eat the fruit. The fruit are these little tiny pea-sized purplish black drupes, and they're edible. They're edible. People can eat them too. Both this one here, the Mexican fan palm, and the California fan palm, Washingtonia foliifera, they both have edible fruit that people can eat. Now, the flesh is very thin, and I've eaten them before. They kind of taste like a mixture of a date and raisin. They're kind of sweetish. They're not bad tasting either, in my opinion. It's been a while since I've eaten one, but you can actually eat the fruit of these palms, both the California Washingtonia foliifera and the Mexican fan palm, Washingtonia robusta. So you can eat them. They're both edible. And wildlife likes the fruit. So it does provide some benefit for wildlife, even though it's not a native. Speaking of natives, though, there's a little Coast live oak sapling right here. Didn't notice this. There's a little Coast live oak sapling here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, those big thatches, we call them petticoats. That's one of the nicknames we call those big thatch of palm fronds. They provide habitat for, again, mammals, rodents, birds, insects. So, just like the native one, Washingtonia foliifera in Anza Borrego Desert State Park, it does provide habitat for wildlife. So, they're not all bad. Of course, me being a plant lover, I mean, yes, I like to see our native areas as intact as possible, but I do appreciate these here. Now, there are other plants like giant reed, Arundodonax. Those are supposed to be more detrimental to the watershed because I heard that they don't provide very good habitat for native animals. But the Mexican fan palms do seem to provide some habitat. And I don't know, I must have read somewhere. I gotta see if I can find that source again, or at least I thought I read somewhere that eons ago they might have been native this far north. Don't quote me on that, but I think I read somewhere that they might have been. I think that's what my mind is telling me. They might have been native this far north. Which wouldn't be surprising in the flux of climate, up and down temperatures. So they might have been native in the distant past. Maybe. Hopefully I'll have a little time to poke around on the internet and see if I can find that literature and type in a little bit of text about it. But it's kind of neat because I think it's fascinating. And I've always thought that fan palms were really cool looking, not just because they're plants. That doesn't hurt, of course, in my opinion. You know me, I love plants, period. But they're just really cool looking plants, especially when they look wild and rugged with their big petticoats. See, those are Washingtonia robustus too, but people are always trimming them too much. They look like little feather dusters. And I don't like when people do that. In fact, a lot of people will trim the fronds off of palms before they're fully brown and dry. What I've read, I forget which book I read it in, but when old palm leaves, old palm fronds turn yellow, they're recycling nutrients back in to them. They're recycling their nutrients back into them. So the nutrients are coming out of the dying leaves back into the palm, and once they turn brown and dry, then it's supposed to be pretty good to cut the frond off by then. So, but people want everything to look neat and tidy. People don't. I mean, yes, they can be a fire hazard if they're left to create a big petticoat. That could be a fire hazard. So there are two sides to it. But when it comes for me personally, aesthetically, I love when they look wild and rugged. I love wild and rugged. And to me, it just looks really cool. But I'm going to have to stop off and identify a wildflower that I don't recognize yet. So I'll get back to you. I'm going to take a picture of it and try to look it up if I can find it. See if it's native or not. But I'll catch you on the next clip. Alright, so I told you I was finding a plant that it took me a while. It didn't take me long. But I was looking at this plant here. And I was thinking to myself, what kind of sunflower is this? But before I even went to the field guide, I took a much closer scrutinizing look at the leaves of this plant and realized these are not really leaves that I'd see on any sunflower family plant. Very deeply incised. I have never seen a sunflower family plant, to my knowledge, that looks like that. There might be somewhere. So then I was looking at the flowers, thinking, these look like daisy flowers. So that means they'd be composite flower heads if they were, right? Sunflower family plants, these would be called flower heads, but this is not a sunflower. So I'm looking carefully here, and this is actually one flower. This is not a flower head. This is a California buttercup. I started having my suspicions when I was looking at the structure of the flowers. I was thinking, okay, these aren't flower heads, these are individual flowers. I was thinking, could these be buttercups? California buttercups, Ranunculus californicus. So I went to James Leitner's San Diego County Native Plants, and I confirmed what I thought was California buttercup. So this is another first sighting for me. Very happy. And of course, it's a sighting on the way back. So never count your way back out from possible exciting finds, because you're probably going to find something you missed. And that happens to me on a regular basis. I almost always find something I missed on the way back. This time, it's California buttercup right here. There's also some other interesting stuff growing around here too. Some stuff that you really have to crawl down and take a look at to really see. Another plant that I'm seeing. I gotta kind of squat down for this. What's this small lobe leaf plant down here? And that appears to be Bolzia incana. The Bolzia. It's a small, very delicate annual in the carrot family, the Apiaceae. The leaves look like little miniature maple leaves. And that's a really small plant. You really got to squat down, and they're supposed to have these weak trailing stems on them. So there's quite a bit of interesting botanical stuff here. So that appears to be these right here. These are Bolzia incanas. So these here, what I'm touching right here, that's Bolzia incana. They kind of look like little miniature maple leaves, and they're oppositely arranged on the stem like a maple. But it's a really, really dainty, delicate annual in the carrot family. Not like maple, which is in the soapberry family, the Sapindaceae. And of course, maples are perennial shrubs and trees. So yes, we have Bolzia incana. I've always wanted to see that one. It's supposed to be pretty common, but I'd never really noticed it before. But that's the thing. You really have to get down to really see them. So that's pretty cool. Got to see some Bolzia incana. I always wanted to see that little plant. Really tiny. Really tiny plant. Requires a lot of squatting to see. Right in the patch of the buttercup. And a lot of times grassy, shadier areas is where you're going to find it. So what a cool find. What a cool find. So moist, shady areas and woods and under shrubs and chaparral and sage scrub, where you're going to find that one too. So California buttercup and Bolzia, named after a guy named Bowles. I don't know much about that guy, but he's got a plant named after him. So that's why sometimes it's important to keep some type of awareness out when you're traveling back to the trailhead on these simple out and back hikes. I tend to find stuff on the way back that I missed on the way out. So that's pretty cool. California buttercups. Of course, I did an instant spotlight video. I just had to spotlight that. And then we got a royal lupine right here. Lupinus succulentus. Still blooming and beautiful. Beautiful lupines. Lupinus succulentus. Royal lupine. More onions here too. And pretty sure that this one is Allium proecox, the early onion, like I saw at Dictionary Hill. But it might be Hymatochiton, I don't know. Flowers are slightly different. So when you're heading back from your turnaround point on an out and back hike, don't think that your adventure, if you assume that your adventure is over, you might either be very pleasantly surprised or you might miss out. So sometimes the return trip can be quite exciting, as evidence here. All right, well, I'm gonna keep trudging along, and I will see you at the next checkpoint. All right, again, I missed this on the way out, and now I'm catching it on the way back. This is another example of why your adventure might not be over just because you're turning back on your out and back. Desert arrowweed growing right along here. This is Plaquea sericea. This is desert arrowweed. You can catch a couple other spots of this here in Rancho Mission Canyon. Down in the gorge, deep in the canyon part where it's more riparian. So there must be an underground source of water here. But yeah, it's Plaquea sericea. Pretty cool. That's pretty neat to see. Desert arrowweed. So yeah, gotta say this canyon is full of surprises. Every nook and cranny of this canyon has had some form of surprise, whether it's a humongous specimen of a plant I've seen many times, a humongous shrub specimen, or something I've never seen before. That's what keeps me exploring too. Finding new stuff and taking a new look at some old favorites. Okay, let me keep trudging. Start heading back towards the car. Great hike out here, I'll tell you. Totally worth it. All right, catch you down the way. Who knows what else I'll find. Bird sightings. I'm trying to see what kind of bird that is. I suspect that's a red-tailed hawk. Looks like it's got a little reddish underneath it. Trying to see if it drifts back over here. You notice it's not flapping its wings. If you can see it on the camera very well. Pretty sure it's showing up somewhat, but you notice not really flapping because the thermal blowing up from the canyon as the hot air rises. Gets those birds propelled up in the air. I think that's a red-tailed hawk. It looks like it. I think that is. That's a pretty common sight. But from some of the vantage points, I can kind of see some of the reddish in the tail. So I'm going to go by the assumption that's Buteo jamaicensis, the red-tailed hawk. And there's a raven cawing off in the thermals too. You hear a lot of caw, 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 which is the common raven, Corvus corax. Just another fun day in the coastal sage scrub. Beautiful coast prickly pears up here. I'm assuming these are coast prickly pears. I don't feel like getting needles pricking my finger. So I'm gonna see what they were like in cross section. Because if they're flat in cross section, they're not coast prickly pears. But we'll assume for now. Ooh, there's a cottontail across the trail. Probably an Audubon's. But I think there's another species of cottontail that might be found here too, called Bachman's cottontail. I think that might be a species found here too. Silvalagus bachmani or something. Bachmani. Bachman's cottontail. Might be another species or something like that. One thing I almost never see, I think I might have seen it once or twice, is the jackrabbits. There's a type of, at least a type of jackrabbit or two out here in Southern California. I think I've seen them less than I can count on a full hand. That'd be some species of Lepus californicus, maybe. Not too familiar with all the taxonomy of a lot of the rodents and rabbits and stuff, but I like to think that I'm learning, because I want to add more dimensions to my hiking videos. I know a lot of you guys really love my plant videos, but I also want to spotlight wildlife. If I were better at getting wildlife on camera, I'd do spotlight videos on animals too. I mean, if I could find a type of animal that's relatively sedentary, or if I can get enough detail of it, I could probably do that. That would be a really cool series to add to my channel. But I'm not the best at getting wildlife on camera. Usually get the last half a second before it darts off in the bushes. That's usually how it works out for me. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be at this too much longer. We're starting to get closer to where I parked. So this looks like this adventure is going to be coming to an end, but for a relatively short adventure, I know I filmed a lot. Sure was a grand spanking awesome time. I gotta admit, it's been a really cool day out here. Weather-wise, it's warm, but you know what I mean. Awesome place. So now I've explored the other portion of Rancho Mission Canyon. Now I feel more complete. So last time I was here, I thought I got it all. I didn't realize there was another finger rolling up to the northeast from the park. Actually, I'm kind of glad I found it, because it gave me another chance to explore another piece of this beautiful piece of, it's repetitive, beautiful piece of coastal sage scrub, riparian habitat, woodland. It's just absolutely amazing. Look at this prickly pear. Now I think this could be a hybrid between our coast prickly pear, our western prickly pear, and maybe the Indian fig cactus. I had to think there for a second. There was an animal calling that was kind of distracting me for a second there, trying to see if I could see something, but pretty sure this one is either a hybrid with non-native cactus mixed with native cactus, or an Indian fig cactus. So that one appears to be either a hybrid or an Indian fig cactus. So it is a hybrid. It has Indian fig cactus in it. I'm almost guaranteeing that there is some form of DNA of that plant in there. Could be a hybrid between coast prickly pear and Indian fig cactus. Those pads are awfully large for coast prickly pear. Coast prickly pear pads are pretty large, but not quite that large. Indian fig cactus can have very large pads. There we go. There goes a raven. Corvus corax. Okay. Well, I'll probably see you down for another update or so. Catch you down the way, and we'll see where we are. Alright. So, just about back at the trailhead. Now, I must be hearing it correctly, because there's a frog croaking down there. Listen. There's actually a frog down there. Ooh, western fence lizard. Aw. Herping is fun. Ooh. Wonder what that was, if that was a wren-tit or a gnatcatcher. Could have been a California gnatcatcher. Not sure. Of course, never get enough of a look at one. Might have been a gnatcatcher. It's another small bird. Here we go again. I think frogs would be up here. It's high up above the canyon bottom. See if I can find it. I doubt it, but I'm gonna try. I'm surprised that there's a frog around here. Very surprised to hear a frog croaking around here. Let's see if I can find it without overly disturbing the habitat.
There's supposed to be so much rain, maybe half-inch total, okay? Enough to muck it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you what I heard croaking was around here somewhere. Maybe further up the gully though, too. Around here anywhere. Might be further up in the brushier spot. Maybe I think there's more standing water over there. But I'm surprised to hear a frog croaking over here. Must be enough water for it. A Baja chorus frog to want to chill over here. Maybe this is kind of like a vernal pool. Kind of like a vernal pool in a way. But yeah. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to be hearing frogs croaking around here too. Oh well. It's pretty cool. Maybe there are tadpoles in here too. I didn't see anything swimming around either. Like I saw it all over the trails at Dictionary Hill open space. There are quite a few tadpoles swimming around. I don't see any tadpoles around here though. I don't think so. I think the algae content probably would be a pretty good spot for them. I'm also trying not to overly disturb the area too, but I would like to see if I can see our friend. Might be very well camouflaged though too. But yeah. These stagnant pools really attract the frogs. They'll come up quite a distance to get to these spots, which is pretty cool. But like I said, I'm not going to step in there and disturb it further than I already am just by yapping my mouth off. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to hear a frog croaking around here. I mean, I've seen a couple of them this year. Hopefully going to see more. Really hoping to see more of them. I love amphibian sightings. They certainly make my outings even more fun. Alright. Well, I guess this is about going to do it for me. I mean, back down here, this is where I came down. I'm glad I persevered. I was starting to get the disappointment feeling. Like, I guess I'm not going to make a hike out of this, but I'm glad I persevered and kept the attempts going. Well, I think this is going to wrap it up for my hike today. Another portion of awesome Rancho Mission Canyon open space. What a great place this is. Thanks for watching my video. Hope to see you, hopefully at Powell Mountain next Tuesday. I might try to climb to a peak or something, but I want to go to Powell Mountain and experience it in the springtime. Well, see you on the next video. Enjoy, and catch you on the next one.